So, what if you could build a website that pretty much runs itself, pulls in thousands of dollars a month, and then you sell it for over 100 grand? Sounds a little too good to be true, right? Well, it actually happened, and today we're breaking down the exact case study, the blueprint someone used to turn a simple idea into a crazy profitable automated AI content machine.
Okay, let's just start with the headline number, shall we? 602%. That is the return on investment this whole project pulled in just 14 months. It's an insane figure that immediately makes you ask, how on earth is that even possible? Well, we're about to find out.
And here's the journey from zero to hero. You look at March 2023, the site was a complete blank slate. No articles, no traffic, and definitely no revenue. Fast forward just 14 months, and it's got over 1,000 articles. It's getting more than 216,000 visitors every single month, and it's pulling in nearly $3,700 in monthly revenue. This was not some slow, steady climb. This was a rocket ship, and it was all powered by a very specific engine.
To really get how that explosion happened, we've got to get clear on the engine that drove it. See, the project's success really hangs on two concepts that sound similar but are totally different: artificial intelligence and automation. People use them interchangeably all the time, but knowing the difference, well, that's the key to this whole strategy.
Here's probably the easiest way to think about it. AI is the brain. It's the part that learns, that adapts, that makes decisions. Automation, on the other hand, that's the hands. It's built to just do specific, repetitive tasks over and over again. So one thinks, the other does. And this is how they work so well together. The AI brings the smarts, and the automation brings the scale.
So, to put it simply, automation is the doer. It just follows the rules you give it, perfectly, every single time. It doesn't need to learn or change things up. It just provides that raw, massive scale. AI, though, that's the thinker. It learns from all kinds of data to make the whole system smart. That's what allows it to create content that's actually relevant and effective, not just churned out super fast.
Okay, so how did our creator actually combine this AI brain with the automation hands? Well, they used a really clear, repeatable blueprint to build their content machine. And here it is, the entire process, laid out in 6 steps. It all starts with classic market research. You gotta find a profitable niche. Then you build a super detailed content plan. Step 3, that's where the AI really comes to play, generating custom prompts to create the articles. And then steps 4 and 5, pure automation, bulk publishing thousands of posts and then getting them all indexed by Google. And finally, a little bit of manual work on backlinks to give the site some authority.
Now, that first step is absolutely critical, because if you pick a bad niche, the whole project is just doomed from the start. The creator here used a totally data-driven approach. They were looking for a topic with enough search volume, competition that was weak enough to actually beat, and, of course, clear ways to make money. This decision wasn't based on passion. It was based purely on opportunity. This quote right here, this is the secret sauce. The creator didn't just go to an AI and say, "Hey, write an article about this." No way. They reverse-engineered what was already ranking on Google, they analyzed its structure, its tone, and then they created these hyper-specific prompts for the AI to generate something similar, but better. The goal wasn't just to make content, it was to make content that could win. This all sounds great in theory, but did it actually work? And what did it cost? Let's get into the numbers, because this is where the strategy really proves itself. Just look at this growth curve. For the first 8 months, pretty much nothing happened. Crickets. The site was basically a ghost town. But then the strategy started to kick in. You can see the traffic and the revenue start to climb. And then boom, in January 2024, it hits this inflection point and just skyrockets. This really shows that the system worked. But man, it required patience. So what did it cost to build this machine? The total investment was just under $17,000. And notice this, the money is split almost evenly between the content generation itself and the backlinks. This tells you the strategy wasn't just about creating content, it was also about aggressively promoting it right from day one. It was a calculated investment in both production and authority. And here is the grand finale, the final payoff. The site earned over $9,700 while it was running and was then sold for a whopping $108,000. So when you subtract those initial costs, you're left with a net profit of over $100,000. And that's how we get right back to that incredible 602% ROI. A $100,000 profit is impressive for sure. But this case study is about so much more than just the numbers. It's really a window into a massive shift in how content gets made, and it forces us to ask some tough questions about the relationship between us humans and the algorithms. This is probably the #1 question on everyone's mind, right? Can you actually get away with this? Isn't Google smart enough now to detect and penalize AI content? It's a totally valid concern, and it's one the creator actually addressed head-on. So here's the creator's take based on his own experiments. His conclusion? The detection tools are just wildly inaccurate. He actually ran an experiment where he wrote an article himself, and an AI wrote another one. A popular paid detection tool flagged both of them as AI-generated. The big takeaway seems to be that high-quality, well-structured content is what really matters, no matter who or what wrote it.
Of course, a system this powerful doesn't come without risks. I mean, could the AI be accidentally putting biases into its articles? Whose copyrighted work was it trained on? And, maybe most directly, what does 1,000 automated articles mean for the writers who used to get paid to create them? These aren't just abstract problems. They are right at the heart of this entire model.
So what does this all mean for our own skills? Think about it. This creator's success wasn't just about knowing how to use one specific AI tool. It was about adaptability, finding that perfect niche. It was about intellectual curiosity, reverse engineering what the competitors were doing. And it was all about having an entrepreneurial mindset, seeing how to connect all these different tools into one profitable system.
And all this brings us to the fundamental question. The term passive income gets thrown around all the time, but a case study like this really makes you rethink it. Building this system required deep research, technical skill, and a pretty big upfront investment of both time and money. So is this truly a passive moneymaker, or is it just trading one kind of job for a new, different one? That's a question we're all going to be grappling with as these tools become a bigger and bigger part of our world.